Greetings, programs. Welcome back to ArcNeo Reviews, where we're finally back with the cheap cavalcade, console cavalcade thingy, whatever. This never got a proper title. I'm sorry. But, today we're actually going to go ahead and look at the Pocket Game Player. So, this was the first of these devices that I actually got, and I did save this one for near towards the end, because there's some cool stuff about this one. So, as you can see, yes, my box was messed up in transit, unfortunately. As usual, all the stuff that it comes with and, you know, some of the specs, whatever. See if I can get this thing out of here. And worth noting, this one came with a lot of stuff. As you can see, this box is actually like, it is crammed full. Because you get the system on the top, then on the bottom you've got your charging cable. It is just a mini USB. You get your TV output. Again, it's that weird undersized jack like your old camcorders and stuff used. It has a extra controller that will come into play in a little bit. And then the directions, which are fairly decent. And there's a weird warranty card thing. So, let's get all this out of the way. And we'll go ahead and start looking at the device itself. So, clearly this thing is very, very derivative, trying to be a old-style Game Boy, because of course it is. It does actually have a volume wheel. I always appreciate a volume wheel. It's got a built-in battery pack, which I think that's the same battery pack that one of the other devices had. I'll go check later, and here's the answer. I did actually pop off this screw so I could take it apart. Unfortunately, no, this is not a device where you can, like, go in and change the ROM set, at least not easily, because I've seen some of those. I was hoping this was one of them, but it is not. Up here you've got your charging port, which is also where you plug in that controller. You've got your TV output, you've got your power switch, BAXY for your buttons. The worst D-pad of any of these systems I've looked at, which is sad to say, because if it wasn't for this D-pad, this would actually be the second best of all these systems. And I say second best because I have yet another one that showed up. So there's actually 3 videos, or 2 videos coming after this, instead of this being second to last, but whatever. Go ahead, turn this thing on. First thing it does is ask you for your language. I'll give it a tiny bit of volume here just so it's not completely dead. And this one's really impressive, because that 500 that it promises, yeah, it is 500. I went through, I think there was like maybe 2 duplicates, and even some of these are multi-ROMs, so technically it's got more than 500 games. You know, one second, let's go ahead and do that so that you can see this thing a little clearer. So, yeah, just going to look at this thing really, really quick at this point, then throw it over to the TV. Worth mentioning, like I've probably already mentioned, game number 401 is actually the old classic Transformers game. Reset button right up here underneath the screen. Yeah, this thing is pretty cool. As you can see, it's got, you know, a million different types of Contra right there, but, you know, you've got Ninja Gaiden, Double Dragon, RoboCop, Spider-Man, Super Panda. There's a lot on this, but before I take it over to the TV, I do want to mention, this device shows something kind of funny about these things, and that's that there's enough of a market for these that companies are actually making cases for these things. This was something completely separate that I picked up, and it's apparently picking other things up. But yeah, they actually are making like these really, really nice hard cases for your weird little knockoff systems. So to me, that is really awesome. And this case, they even made sure it had enough room to, get the controller and everything in there. So, yeah, I do have to say a lot of props to this thing. This is, yeah, I just got to shove the power cord in there kind of randomly, but this is cool, I remember, when I used to carry my Game Boys and stuff around a lot, I always wanted to have a good case for them. And, this is a fairly decent system, that D-pad aside. And, yeah, it's nice to give it a fairly decent case. But, anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing over to the TV. Alright, so we're over at the TV with this thing. As usual, because I'm having to upscale it to get my capture card to even see this, you're seeing something stretched out, but on the TV I have obviously been able to set my aspect ratio, make it look fine. I'm not going to go over a ton of things on here, but worth knowing, yeah, some of the games on here are these hysterical, weird bootlegs where you play as, John or Pika and stuff like that. But, again, other than the D-pad on this thing, this is a pretty good little system. I am impressed with it. I definitely want to see if I can somehow improve this D-pad a little bit. The D-pad is just too squishy. It, folds down in the middle, and you end up pushing all the directions at once by accident. But other than that, it's a good system. It's even got, like, start and select. Most of these things do not actually give you start and select. So, yeah, I'm sorry if this is a little anticlimactic and a little short, but, unlike the last thing, or, crap, I think I'm getting my recordings out of order again, but unlike the arcade machine, this one actually will, do everything it says it's supposed to. And I died. But yeah, for what it is, yeah, this is actually not a bad little system. It's got some funny stuff on it, like, we've got Super Panda again here, so you can play your Panda-themed Mario game. And unique to this little system only, you can plug that other controller in to the top of the device, and you can actually do two-player, games. That is awesome. So, I mean, no, this isn't something super in-depth and super special, but it's good. And that's more than I can say for most of the other things I've looked at. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.